Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina. This story is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. You know I love to talk about Plexiderm, and today I have Melinda McKenzie with me. Melinda, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy to talk about a product that I use every single day.
Yes, we always talk about the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. A lot of our viewers know about that. But for somebody that is just tuning in, give them the whole rundown here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Plexiderm is simply a serum, right? So it's a serum you put on clean, dry skin. What does it do? Well, what it does is it lets you have a refreshed look because it smooths out all the lines and creases. Like I said, I've been using it every day. Next month, I'm going to be 63 years old. And what it does for my skin is under my eyes, I'm just more tired. That's what happens. You know, your skin gets more pliable. It refreshes it. So I feel like everybody needs to know about Plexiderm because who doesn't want to look fresher?
I know. It's like a beauty filter in real life. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch because it works on every type of skin. That's the other cool thing too. Men, women, it doesn't matter as long as your skin is clean and dry. And I always try to remind people, make sure your fingertips are clean and dry too, right? So if you use oils and your face is clean and dry and you take your Plexiderm, it's not going to work because oils will dilute it. So while we're saying that, if you wear cosmetics, which I love it. Who doesn't like cosmetics? Make sure you wear a water-based foundation, but you will find you're going to use less. Like, I don't know how you apply your makeup, but for me, because under the eyes was such an issue, I was always trying to put a lot of concealer, which I think we all kind of know. It makes it worse. It draws attention to it, right? With the Plexiderm, I find that I don't really need to do it because it's getting rid of the issue, which is smoothing it out. So that's not the first thing you see when you look at my face.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, a tip about putting it on under makeup, because I think a lot of people who are watching right now, you know, you put on makeup every day to think that you couldn't do that. I mean, it's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it really does change the way you look at your skin because, you know, here's the thing about Plexiderm being a serum. There's a lot of products out there that say if you use this every day for 6 weeks, your skin will look better. And I'm sure that it will. But a lot of times we're in a rush and we want a temporary fix. Just like we curl our hair or wear cosmetics, right? That's a temporary fix. With Plexiderm, once you put it on and let it rest, now here's the other thing. When we say let it rest, that means you have to relax your face muscles. So let's say you put it on and you're laughing and talking, you're moving the face muscles because what we're doing is smoothing it out. Give yourself 10 minutes, whether that is to quietly look at your phone without laughing and smiling. Good luck with that. Or if you're closing your eyes, give yourself 10 minutes because once you let it rest the full 10 minutes, you have up to 10 hours of usage. And I think that's really important.
It's like having a little meditation in the morning.
It really is. And like you said earlier, I like that you said it's like a filter in real life. We're all looking at the filters on our phone going, oh, if I only had this. Now you can do it in real life with Plexiderm.
And also I feel like younger people these days are getting pressured to go get fillers and Botox and, you know, go under the knife. And I think this is a great option for people that don't want to have to do all that.
Yes, thank you for saying that. I mean, here's the thing. When you look in the mirror, you know what you feel like you want to look like. Isn't it better if you're in charge of that rather than somebody in an office? And even if you do go get, you know, those things done in the office, let's say you ate the wrong food or you didn't sleep right and you have the puffiness, guess what? In 10 minutes, Plexiderm is going to take that away. I keep my Plexiderm in my purse. I tell all my family and friends about it because it's a boost. Who doesn't want a boost?
Definitely. All right, so if somebody watching right now is interested in trying the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, what deals you got for them?
Oh, we're so excited about this deal. So go to PlexidermTrial.com, call the number on the screen, or I think we'll have a scanner code. Here's what you're going to get, right? For $14.95, you are going to get a 6-pack. What that means is you're going to get 6 applications because remember, it's highly concentrated. You just need half of a pea size. For $14.95, we're also giving you free shipping. We're giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And the reason we do that is because we know once you get your hands on Plexiderm, you're going to love it. So again, go to PlexidermTrial.com, call the number on your screen, or you can scan if you're modern day with your phone, and you can get this great deal.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, is that really me?
It's a facelift in a jar.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I'm joined in the studio by Megan, who is from the Habitat for Humanity, Horry County. That's always such a mouthful for me.
It is. We serve the whole county, and Habitat is a global brand, and we're just really, really happy to be a part of it.
Love it. So a lot of people obviously know what Habitat does, but you guys have a wide range of services, and you're going to talk to me today about something that you may not know that you guys do.
Yes, so a lot of people know us for our home building.
Of course.
They know that we build single-family homes. We sell them at appraised value to deserving families in our county who are working hard for their family. We give a hand up and not a handout. We provide a 0% interest mortgage to those families while we're expanding their financial capacity. But one thing that we do that not a lot of people know about is that we also do home repair. And that helps families who are low to moderate income stay in their home without having to be displaced because maybe their floors are unhealthy or unsafe, or maybe they need a new roof, or their HVAC isn't working, or they need new windows because they're broken and they don't feel safe in their home. So those are things that we can do, and that's a part of serving the affordable housing capacity of Horry County, because we're able to preserve that affordable housing stock by keeping homeowners in their homes. And most recently, we started to really focus on serving veterans in Horry County, folks who have served our country, and now we are really eager to serve them through their home repair needs if they're a homeowner in our county.
That's awesome. And also, these are the things that make such a difference, too. Like if your HVAC unit isn't working, or if you got a faulty roof, that's going to impact you on a daily basis.
Absolutely. We do a lot of roofs and HVAC. We also do wheelchair ramps. And so if someone's accessibility needs to change and they don't have the capacity to put in those egress and ingress from their home, they, we can provide them the opportunity to stay where they are without having to move to a more flat environment. We can do accessibility grab bars and other, changing from doorknobs to handles and that kind of thing that you might need as you're aging or that you might need as your accessibility changes. Smile! Smile!
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm back in the studio, and I am chatting with Ashley. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Okay, you are the head coach of the Glam Elite All-Stars.
Yes, ma'am.
They are so awesome, but tell everybody that doesn't know what you guys do or what your girls do.
So we are a local competitive cheerleading team. We travel to North Carolina, different parts of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, and compete against other all-star organizations.
You have an all-black competitive team.
Yes, we are the only team. I don't even think it's ever been another team around here, like years ago up until now, that is doing what we do. We are 98% African American, and we take pride in that. We love it. Of course, it comes with a couple of, barriers, but we work through it, we push through it, and we do what we need to do.
Was this a thing growing up for you? Was cheer accessible? Was that, typical? Or is this something that you're providing for people that have never been able to have this opportunity?
So for me, I grew up in Virginia, so it's a different culture, it's a different world. So cheer was 100% accessible for me. It's something that I've always done since I was a little girl up until I graduated from high school. Immediately after high school, I began coaching like rec league and still just helping out with like my old teams and checking in on them. You build this bond with the people that are on the team with you because you guys spend so much time. So that was like my family outside of my normal family.
Yeah.
So when I moved here, I started coaching for another organization, and it just dawned on me like, hey, why don't you provide this service to children who typically are not able to do things that, that we allow them to do on our team.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey, and I love every minute of it.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Have you ever been somewhere that you can immediately tell has a story? Rain is falling over the 40 sprawling acres of Freewoods Farm. 40 acres and a mule named Maggie. Farmer Smalls invites me to sit by the fire, and I'm all ears.
Well, Freewoods Farm is a living farm museum. And we tell the story of the role of farming in African American history after the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, you had almost 4 million newly freed slaves. And of course, we've been in slavery for about 2.5 centuries of slavery in the United States.
Despite their newly found freedom, the majority of these individuals were left with no education, no money, or even somewhere to go.
And the big question in the country at the time was, what are you going to do with these 4 million people? Well, this became a problem for General Sherman because you had a lot of emancipated people following the Union Army in order to get food and to get away from those plantations. So what he did, he took a strip of land stretching all the way from Charleston down to Florida that he called captured land. It's land that his military had captured. He took that strip of land, chopped it up into 40-acre lots, and gave each family 40 acres. And black people were very excited about that because they had a farm. They had 40 acres. Well, of course, Lincoln was assassinated. The new president came in, and was soon decided that under the Constitution, the government can't take land from one person and give it to another. The government can take land, but only under the power of eminent domain. And under the power of eminent domain, the government has to pay for it.
And just like that, countless black families had to give up their new land.
And that was a very sad chapter because they had planted the fields and had crops growing, and they had to leave those farms. Now, I think it's important to point out that a few were able to keep the farms, and that was because of some sympathetic whites, and some worked out terms that the newly freed slaves could manage, and they could pay for it over a period of time. But basically, they didn't get the 40 acres. Freewoods Farm represents that 40 acres they didn't get.
Freewoods Farm was one of those rare situations where the newly freed slaves could work out a deal to pay for the farm. 2 more generations of black farmers worked tirelessly, growing crops like rice and even producing turpentine.
But it was this third generation, the grandchildren of the original settlers. They served in the First World War, and they used their monies earned in the First World War to buy up the rest of the land in this area. So what we do here at Freewoods Farm is we tell the story of what they did, what those black farmers did during that first century of freedom.
Like Farmer Smalls said, a living museum where pictures, videos, and even interviews can't fully capture how it feels to stand on its soil and listen. You can find the farm at 9515 Freewoods Road in Myrtle Beach. To set up a tour, give them a call at 843-650-9139 or visit www.freewoodsfarm.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.